Or strips off me at the grand jury. Case is thrown out. Hell, the DA wants me.
You idiot!
Did you crash? Huh? Yo, Blue, welcome to the stream. How are you? I hope you're doing good today. Hi, May, welcome to the stream. And okay, from May, no worries.
Are you crazy?
Thank you for dropping in. I do really appreciate that. Yeah, she was not crazy.
Are you trying to mow them down?
How is everyone today? I hope you are all doing good. This is a British Guardian, aka Damien. I'd like to welcome you all to a Princess Guardian stream.
Second floor.
Where she's playing, and I am talking to the chat.
Thanks.
First spot should be in, guys, so if you want to test it, it's exclamation point pounds, and we are currently missing a cutscene. We're not missing a cutscene. What are we doing? Ooh, the main. I do apologise about the coughing before that even starts.
Mal will be pleased. Well, that's hardly conclusive.
Yes,
Given the number
Princess
of those
is
things we've
playing.
come across
She's
recently.
not a very confident person, so
The autopsy will confirm it
she
one
won't
way
be
or
on
another.
mic and real. Yeah, you might be able to hear her in the background. It's just she's not most competent on the old microphone. Wow, shots fired.
Bukowski, you made
If I
homicide.
had feelings, that would have been
Good to see you,
the
folks.
worst feeling
You two
ever.
want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
I don't.
Relax, Rusty.
Yes.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
Oh.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls
We
asleep in the
normally
tub.
do
Rest in peace.
a
Case
Princess
closed.
Guardian stream
Here,
at
here.
the weekend.
Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Some weekends
Do you
we
mind
do
if I take
too.
a look around? Sure. Go right ahead.
It's to give her time on the old PlayStation. And because with me working and neglecting her, I'm running that paper. Running that paper to pay for a wedding, guys.
Phelps? Mal, we've had a look around.
Cheers.
Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is
I've never
generated.
played Noire.
This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning.
Yeah.
Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
We have to keep it low.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Oh, God
The
damn.
neck is bruised pretty bad.
Guys, this will be very graphic. Naked body parts on show. Sexual references, racism, violence, swearing, drug abuse. It is an 18. I would just like to get that warning out there right now. Batman. I think it is an 18. But that's going to have violence in it as well. A lot of my games now will have violence in it. I'll play Lego game if you want.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Yeah. Black sapphire ring. Black sapphire. I should buy that, Oliver.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down, and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
An English men's smoking jacket. It's gonna be a nice chilled out stream, guys.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing?
Oh.
We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
What, going straight to the doctor?
Looks like barbiturates.
A good looking car. It can find all the drugs in the apartment. There's one near the body, two what's in the pill case, and one what's in the bedroom.
So guys, we just got a trophy called A Good Looking Corpse, and that's finding all the drugs in the apartment. There's one near the body, two in the pill case, and the pills on the floor in the bedroom.
I think it includes the one that I found in the bin
Oh,
before we got there as well.
and the one which we found in the bin.
That is relevant to the case.
That is irrelevant to the case, so please don't miss it. If you play this, then you are a trophy collector.
That we are. You really need a new headset first.
I know. I'm getting ready for a new headset.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Ooh, nothing.
Could have been a modeling assignment. It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. The clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
So, guys, this woman is a model.
I'm
Farmer
Detective
model.
Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Victim's state of mind.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
No more than normal. Sleeping pills.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star, a princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Yeah, why is there a monster jacket there?
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. But that's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
There's no evidence to say any different. Which can't look us in the eye.
I would back up.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
I think our work is done here.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Where are we going first?
I'm going to the doctor's office.
Okay, so we're going to the doctor's place first.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
You've already cried.
How's your phone?
You weren't blaming me for anything.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
Office 505.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Everyone's been quiet.
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Relationship with the victim.
How well did you know Ms. Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
That's like a year.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
What? The fact that she's in the fashion business?
No, to contradict it about it. Instead, Miss Randall was in the fashion, she wanted to control her weight. How does he account for it? He's got no evidence. Contradict. So I'm going back on it.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
You missed the lift.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient. Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, I got the phone. Kinda saw you do it.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here.
She was a very beautiful girl.
She seems very honest. But she is blinking a lot.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
She's not on him.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She's not on him.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Yeah.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
I'll get around a lot.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
That's a very nice face.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
He seems a very genuine guy. Roy? Against we're irrational.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
His fiancée said that they were best friends. Sure, I cough it.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck on the shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Hey, Bancroft, how are you? Welcome to the stream.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Yeah, it's been ages. How are you, man? I hope you're doing good. Change your name, I see.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Back in the old days, I used to play Minecraft and all that.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that you lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from.
School.
Julia
And
wanted
a lot of
money.
play.
She always wanted money.
Mate, school will
Thought you
get
could
you
get
the
something
best
this guy.
career you ever wanted.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and
Yeah,
Julia
that's
were
fine.
getting serious.
Fam. Rads. I appreciate you dropping in.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he
That's
might have been
cool.
involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Well, no, I
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
probably got stuff to do.
That's right.
Can you give me a hand? I got a party case.
I really do appreciate him dropping it.
You're some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which
I'm having
engagements?
a vacation
Okinawa.
anyway, so I might.
A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Yeah, Rods. We'll drop by. I'll drop
That
in.
son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to
Princess
find
is
out who
good.
killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
That's fine. No, not married yet. I have to get the money together first. Yeah.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off. That's it. We're spotted. Back off. Back off!
I was not meant. I didn't realise. Alright. No, it's fine. Yeah, you have to. Oh. There's no capitals.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him.
Yeah,
Arnett is
I'll
an
drop
amateur.
in.
We need to find out who
Princess,
killed the
you will as
girl.
well.
Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have him get in touch via KGPL
You
when
and
they have
us,
some information.
You get the bell. Princess is now subscribed to you. It depends if you're at work.
He's in that car at the lights. God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
I'm far enough away. If I'm not at work, bam, I'll jump in. But we do have Discord if you would like to join it. I'm also on Twitter as well.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Yeah. Fluent is fluent. If you would like to join the Discord, just jump in and you can share your live stream in it.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Whoa, back off before we get made. Damn it, we got pinged. Ease off, quick.
How did we get made? It is a very good game, Georgie. I actually never really played it on PS3. That's why I gave Princess the opportunity to.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
What's that at the window? Caution.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
No.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
When you're trailing someone, I like to kind of like give them as much slack as possible.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
When it starts flashing on your radar, that's when you've got too much slack.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir, to Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Dearly beloved with love and affection. Oh, wow. A Fabergé fag case.
Oh, fag case.
Run into the phone. Operator.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Anyway, guys, it's Princess Guardian back at the
Phelps, badge
controls.
1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks.
Oh yes, guys, I'm going to be giving away 250 of the first pound if Princess Guardian gets 5 stars on a case.
You're paying for every last scratch. A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog
She might
shit.
not on this one because there was a restart.
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
I think it's no restarts, less crashing. Why?
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
So which one are you meant to go after? It said Wallace go last. That's the left or the right? So why are you hiding onto the...
Throw out the guns!
I got you now, motherfucker!
I'm wide open here.
You're pretty brave for a dead man.
Stay down.
You're clear, go!
Why are you in a shootout?
As soon as he pokes his head out, we'll step on him.
Why are you...
Find some cover!
Why are you in a shootout?
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Are you trying to get yourself killed as well? You shot him in the pee-pee?
Thanks.
Wow.
Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie."
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
No.
Phelps!
I forgot my email address.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town. Tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of it.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
It could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Hey Alex, welcome to the stream. How are you? I hope you're doing good today.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox. Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
So all 4 bits of jewelry we found
Yeah.
have been stolen. So what's going to see Mrs. Empress from?
Does she miss up or do? No.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
That is his problem. He
A
doesn't know how to
hopped-up
take
model, a
compliments.
cat, and a circus freak. Only in L.A.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar.
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
Nope. Alex, how are you today? I hope you're doing good. You're very good at driving now, Princess. Got my concentration face on. Alcohol doesn't make you drive straighter. Stop. You are teaching kids bad things. I would. I'm really good at driving Princess up the wall. Mr. Unicorn. Yes, Mr. Unicorn, I have seen this played in VR. It is hilarious.
Nice house.
PS5 will be out by then.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Mr. Unicorn. Fixing your dad's computer again, Mr. Unicorn, is that right?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective.
I thought you wasn't ever going to use that.
Priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
$25,000. It's worth 10K.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
We recovered the cigarette
Exactly,
case
no,
from a
because you're
pawnbroker.
bragging with loads of
No
money.
one knows the
That's
real value of an item better than those guys.
Out of
I
the kid's
inflated
ass?
its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
She is snotty, though.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Fuck her. So would I, because she's not really looking away.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr.
Be like
Harold Stoneman
scribbling
and
with
his
the pen.
lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Where is his place? Maybe he's put a mark on it. He's went away. I can drive that safely if you want. You gotta drive there without clutching guides.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
This is my sensible driving. Okay. That guy fucking trying to cut me off. That's alright. Don't you worry. Under my sense of this driver, that's all. Going at full speed. The car's gonna turn this way. See, already. It's just like full blown serious mode. Why so serious? Well, you can't tell me to get. You might. Let's stay in this lane. So there around the corners. Oh yes, get out of the way, you bloody traffic. Oh yeah. Out the way, out the way. Look at this driving down. Ever been more serious driving? Come in, straight. Hit the straights, you can go quicker. There we go. Perfection. When? I didn't
Come
care.
on, sister. Let's find out who your fiance really is.
Show the surface, guys, for driving like a professional.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
I do apologize about the dog, guys. Go in. Do you even know which floor it is?
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Oh, you told you.
Stop!
Don't kill him,
LAPD!
Cole. This guy's our case. Go on, get out.
Put your hands in the air!
Watching doing this in VR.
This would be amazing.
Give it up! LAPD!
You can do this. You're gonna fall. Oh, you're gonna fall. Oh, I told you.
You try and do it.
Come on, princess. The guy's camping around that corner.
I know.
Looks
You
like you got
crack
you
you over
good,
there.
Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was our net?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry? Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
Yep.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
How can he do this when he just got whacked over
We
the
know
head?
all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
You notebook. Because we know it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but it's like a egg.
Yeah.
A cigarette case. Because even the mom of her was saying that he took an interest in it.
Yeah.
He was really disappointed when it was stolen.
He also pawned it. Accuse him of it.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective?
Here's another truth.
The cigarette case that he pawned.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties and find out where and when, and then have the guests burgled. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
She has got fish, doesn't she?
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out. that she was going to create a new gang.
He's lying.
Why is it a train ticket?
I
For
don't know.
one person.
Yeah, one way.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Why would he buy a one-way ticket? To Mexico City.
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
He's lying.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Why is she still so hard drinking?
I don't know. Worst thing is that in bed.
So we're going back to the doctor's place.
Why are you, Captain?
Let's go! And the moment she drives is the moment she crashes.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
He takes my saying in life. Why so serious? Princess, you don't straight past it.
I did, I thought it was going to a cutscene, but
You can go in for the back. I think you're going in for the front. No, it ain't.
No.
I bet it brings you out right there. Because maybe you came through the door which you should have gone through.
It's all better.
Pardon me? Have you quite finished walking into what?
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
He is kind of a dick.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really liked me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Doctor!
Didn't see that coming.
God. Obviously. What I should have asked is, why so serious?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way.
Kelsey?
Yeah.
Why?
We have an address for
She's
the runner.
like in tears and you're not
Let's
even
try
there
and
to
wrap
help
this
her.
up then.
Fuck it, he dives out the window, it'll be fine.
British. It's what you do because you're heartless.
I'll be like, bitch, he wasn't even worth it. The guy jumped out the fucking window onto a car and died.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
You could have
She was incredibly beautiful.
you could have
She's
at
thrown
least
all
hit
away
the
for
car
a
with
woman?
some dignity.
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps.
You
Stick
walk
with
out the door.
percentages.
What?
Broken hearts are for
I'm not
chumps.
going through there.
You're talking from experience.
Open that door.
I certainly am.
Oh,
I
it's
like
like
women
the
as much as the
car
next
park.
guy. As long as they're in their place.
You can look at the crime scene. It's alright.
Thank God I didn't park there.
You see that? That is me. Thank God I didn't park there. That motherfucker would be paying for my bills.
The early bird gets the worm. It's like a mouse.
You might
It's
need
cheese.
to kind of beat it out.
The guy could have been alright if he landed on his part.
Just paralyzed.
He thought that like a champion. But the car was more of a winner. The car was more of a winner. Right? Leave it like that.
What are
He
you
kinda
doing?
crashed. There's a trophy coming up. We have a landmark as well. What the fuck's Brown Derby? What? Shoot all the letters on the Broadway sign. Why would you shoot all the letters on the Broadway sign?
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica-playing wrestler. That's a weird one.
Where are you going?
He knits as well.
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We
So
don't
why
want
are
any
you running
bulldogs.
around the old building? He looks black. Alright.
Wilson Reed!
My eyes play.
PD! Give yourself up!
Okay. He tried to shoot him. You missed. He climbed up the pipe. Do you know where Earth's going? At least Roy saw it. Maybe you need to wear stronger glasses. Come on. How is he beating you? You was in the army. Shut up your face, your mother. You said mother. You're not running quick enough. You're not running with dignity. With strength. Figuration. Yeah, so would I. Get up my pipe. Well done, you overtalk him.
You're gonna get his talk to the face boy.
That's what I'm good at. Right, I'm giving you motivation. You're not gonna actually.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Why, hey man. Oh wow, princess.
Somovich really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab.
What was that
So
trophy?
perfect. Looked like she
I
was
know
made
it's
of
for shooting on
porcelain.
the Broadway sign.
She really made an impression on me.
You had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ,
the
it's
trophy
cold.
is called
You
Give
guys
My
did good
Regards,
work here
guys.
today.
Got-
Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Did he just say that he's going to buy him a drink?
$8 million. 5,000.
And that is a 4-star case, guys.
Dang!
Too much vehicle damage.
I didn't get any.
Too much vehicle damage.
I didn't get any.
Vehicle damage. Look at that. It's almost $2,000. Put with the citizen damage, that is $2,000.
Julie Randall, the fast and die drunk, sending one man's gun and three to them all. Alright.
It's fine.
Be all good.
Yeah, but look, guys, people are dying. Ooh.
The whole company is gone, Hank. The major is dead. We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cal still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
Oh, well.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too.
Oh, that's Jack in it.
Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole. Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to first lieutenant.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of fitness between them.
It could be. It's also the fact I never got attached to anyone. It's a manifest destiny.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
2 of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
God damn! This guy's gonna get his ass beaten.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got
Just can't seem to put this morphine to sleep. A dead
I like
judge.
him.
It's not good.
What else?
I like him a
Everyone
lot.
has their vices.
Because you can relate to it.
Even you, Phelps.
He seems very driven to do everything not by the book. And you missed the exit. I'd just like to make this clear. You missed the exit.
It's confusing now, okay?
No, it ain't. There is bright, glowing signs which say exit on them.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry if I'm making you feel. I don't know. He said that he was going to miss the streams for a couple of months. I wonder what's up with Hooded.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job.
He's not streamed for
There's
a while.
a change
either.
in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps.
It's snowing up and over.
Parker's got a puritanical streak.
And the last
You
one
never
I
know
never
who'll get
said out
swept
about
up in a
it. He's
thing
gonna
like that.
Be on this for this song.
Any Central unit, suspect to be taken into custody at Southern California Auto Club. Stand by for further unit to handle identify code 2.
Princess is driving. Shots fired, guys. I'm good at surviving, look at me. Why so? Ah, you see, the true crime is Princess is driving, guys. Worrying about an itchy nose instead of playing a video game. Yeah, it's probably gonna be me. Oh my fucking god.
Any Central unit, suspect to be taken into custody at Southern California.
You did not see the hood.
I saw the smoke bellowing off it. I'm just gonna state right here, guys, my driving is a lot better than Princess's. Maybe you should stop drinking and driving.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. What's going on here?
This joker was trying to tail one of our patrons inside.
I'm a reporter, you idiot. I'm doing a feature for the Examiner, and that patron I was following is a red under investigation by the feds.
Where is he now?
The parking lot. His is the blue Talbot. Say, how about an exclusive when you bring him back?
Shove off. You won't be filing your story today. I'll check this out.
A red, huh?
Sneaky bastard.
Princess,
Oh, I'm gonna
it kind of
enjoy
makes
this.
it obvious that your car is mangled. And the fact that you can't walk down some stairs is amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm stuck. Move.
Well, Princess wins. Maybe you should just pause it and restart the whole mission.
No.
Any ideas?
Pause it and restart the whole mission.
No.
Princess, he's not gonna move. You got trolled! Princess, that's your car, right?
Yeah, stop. You can stop laughing at me. I will stop it.
LAPD, sir. Can I have a word? Well, that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one.
He's not getting
I know
away
what
that
you mean.
easily.
Princess, you missed the turning.
I gathered.
Princess, you missed another turning. Princess, you've lost. You've hit every single wall in this car park. Alright, can you just drive out the window? Yes. Oh my! Well done for giving up. I do really appreciate that. This kind of started off bad, and then it went worse. That she hit every single wall in the car park. Driving is immaculate.
Any Central Unit, suspect to be taken into custody in Southern California.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. What's going on here?
This joker was trying to tail one of our patrons inside.
I'm a reporter, you idiot. I'm doing a feature for the Examiner, and that patron I was following is a red under investigation by the feds.
Where is he now?
I like the fact that you
This
wanted
is the Blue
tonight.
Talbot. Hey, how about an exclusive when you bring him back?
Shove off. You won't
That
be
is the
filing your
moment that
story
should be
today. I'll check
saved
this
and
out.
made into a video. Princess expert.
A red, huh? Sneaky bastard.
Right,
Oh,
I'm gonna
enjoy
run
this.
down the steps first, around the block, down this alley. For what? There's a hidden car right here.
LAPD, sir.
There's a
Can
hidden
I have a
car
word?
right here.
Well, that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one.
He's not getting away that easily.
Look, out the door. Missed the car. Oh, are you gonna shoot him? Yes, fine. Oh, wait, what are you doing?
Step on it, huh? Just get me a little closer. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims.
This car turns like crap. There we go. Start using the handbrake. Get out of the way! Oh! Yes, that drift. That drift though. Because my drifting is amazing. Oh, he just got wrecked. You got fucked up, man. Fucked up. Maybe next time you'll stop when I say fucking stop.
Give it up, LAPD.
There you go.
This is harassment. Understand? My politics are nobody's goddamn business but my own.
I'm gonna say facts. That's how you drive. That is like perfection. twice driving. I really need to check this card.
Go, get it. Without waking the dogs up.
Oh.
Too late.
Quiet. Nothing.
Homicide guys are already inside.
Kind of looks like it reckons.
Bukowski. Phelps. Back again. We're here about the morphine.
Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. The waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
Don't put it on record one.
Two musicians, Biddleston and Bow. And get this, they used to be in a four-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer...
I should do though.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
It's nice to see you though, Charlie. Oh, it's a...
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Dead. That's what I would have said. It looks familiar. I'm just saying the face. I am not racist. I reckon you should lay off.
No, never are. Well, there's still vodka on the table that I'm not doing that. I've been vodka in the bottle.
The vodka is off the table. Maybe you should go back to an empty bottle.
No.
Look, it's made off.
Who's commented? Sneaky bullet.
Hello, Sneaky Bullet. Welcome to the stream, hon. How are you? I hope you're doing good today. We're drinking, so the fun is kind of going
When you're ready
full
to have a
blown.
civil conversation, we can try again.
It's just nice to see that. Princess is a very bad driver. Okay, I am gonna state this right now. It is Princess Guardian at the wheel. But she is a very shy person. Otherwise, she will be speaking. There's no vodka on the table.
Just get it out of the bottle before I slap you.
1 minute. I need to chat. Give me about 20 minutes.
No.
I've been drunk for days, right? But
Good. You can't handle it.
I can handle it. It's not even a half a measure.
That's more than enough for me.
How are you anyway, Sneaky Bullets? I hope you're doing good today. We are currently doing LA Noire. We're having a little laugh.
Solve a crime?
She can't even open the coat.
I can, but I need to. I don't like being idle. Can you top it up?
Oh my god.
Pig. Excuse you.
There you are.
Keep going.
I'll maintain
Another day, another
just
dollar.
in case someone cared for this instrument.
And there we go.
What's that click?
I don't know. Okay,
Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Blue room. Princess, maybe you should,
We should follow up on the musician angle. He kept his stash close at hand.
Morphine syringe. Oh, wow. This guy looks dead. Retracted. He retracted his statement.
Do we have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation?
I think we are. I think we're having a laugh. It's too much for people. What are you gonna pack? Oh, wow.
Dozen packs to a carton. 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Dozen packets
Per carton.
per carton.
And is the crate full near enough?
Let's not say half a crate. Why is the guns in the back?
These look brand new. Never fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
So them
This guy
19.
hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them?
Ooh.
Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Another day, another dollar.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
The 111 club shooting.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Back up.
You want to level with me, miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
She's serious.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, Matt.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
I got friends who work at the Examiner. About $50 for an exclusive.
Where you going now? What's up that way? Yeah.
How well did you know the owner?
McGoldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
Probably copyright, right? Probably copyright.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lickman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries, Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy, how about you get a drink while I see to this?
Where is this being persuade all his colleagues?
Will you sit down?
I don't
Why
know.
antagonize him,
Back in the
You know what he's
40s
capable
and
of.
50s, though,
Ask your questions,
a lot of
officer.
the
We have work to do.
police force was drunk.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You couldn't even look at us when you were saying it.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
What does that mean?
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with the officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
And you're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Colfax.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
No, you gotta follow the copy.
You idiot!
That was more suspicious than actually driving up and parking behind it.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
Are you working Friday night? We should go out afterwards.
Sam's taking me out to Palm Springs for the weekend.
God damn it all, I asked them to hold the mayo.
LAPD, we have some questions
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Cole Phelps, Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy, or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. We have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working the...
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
It's right there.
Harry,
Parker?
you got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompson's, crate of Valor smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war. Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war. That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap. I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence. Hey,
Enough to arm 3 companies.
Jack Kelso.
This is the crate we recovered.
Courtney.
$500,000 cigarettes loose on the streets of LA.
You want the M19s?
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club. Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon, McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
I say we bust
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. Down to 1 round. Mouthpiece for strips off the
See? That's not hard.
Well, this day was a total waste of makeup.
I'm assuming I'm going to the bus shooting.
All units, officers need help at 1384 North Bronson. 1384 North Bronson, shots fired. Any units to handle identify. Code 3.
Bus shooting, probably gonna have like.
All units, further on the shooting at 1384 North Bronson. 116 Adam reports the suspect is on the roof of the J.W. Robinson building. All units approach with caution.
Still though.
Units 49 William, 15 Adam, go to 1370 Gordon Street. Establish a perimeter and stand...
Find a way up there and stop that son of a bitch, Cole.
All units, officer down at 1384 North Bronson. Ambulance is en route. Repeating, all units, officers still need help on...
Move, I've got you.
With extreme caution.
You're covered, Phelps.
LAPD, drop the gun now!
I was going for a body shot. Let's go in the wind. The bus. Pretty sure. Search the sniper's body. Nothing. Search his pockets.
Phone number and restaurant table.
Oh. Uh-oh.
It's one of the BARs. I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and started treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
He's very edgy. Roosevelt and Manifold. No?
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile. It was a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
What?
The dead guy on the roof works for Mickey Cohen. Why would Cohen want you dead?
Man, I don't know anything about Mickey Cohen or any of those gangsters.
Your name was in the sniper's notebook. Level with me, Felix.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine. Courtney's meeting those guys to sort it out.
Courtney Sheldon?
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
We'll be in touch, Felix.
You heard that Jack is in L.A.?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Pretty cool customer.
He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not for a minute.
Use the phone.
Game well. Well.
Use the phone.
Enjoy the ambulance.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thanks, ma'am.
Jesus, Cole, what's wrong with a good old-fashioned black and white?
Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
How about $5 for an exclusive?
It won't work. He's a tough customer.
Yeah. So guys, we're finishing this case, and then we'll be finishing the stream. Yeah, because now he has some real bad information on Cole, doesn't he? Well, he saw Cole go into Elsa's apartment. And then the lights turn off. Everyone knows what that means.
Hello, Jack. This is Detective Roy Earl.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you'd come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice?
No. You don't.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
So, how have you been, Jack?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
90% of these people are so around my personality. These two by the book.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen money?
That has nothing to do with
I
me.
apologize. He knows about it.
I'm sure it would be gripping to hear more of your life story, boys, but the truth is, I don't give a fuck. You were on the boat, Kelso. What happened?
Do you really think a bunch of Marines could muscle in on the dope rackets in this town? Between the Vice Squad and the mob, I hear it's pretty sewn up.
You'd better watch your mouth.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he is golfing.
Then you didn't know that some mobsters blew his brains out last night?
No, I didn't.
You heard that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
He's looking straight at you again.
I saw Felix Alvaro today.
Good. How was he?
A little pale. One of Mickey Cohen's goons had emptied about 60 BAR rounds into the bus he was driving. A public bus, in the middle of Hollywood. Are you going to tell me what's going on? Or do more innocent people have to die?
Yeah, and what's in it for you, Cole? Newspapers? More glory? Another promotion? Another medal at the expense of men who fought for their country? Count me out.
Obviously.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions, you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
Oh, we know that's a lie. From the paper clips. He seems very edgy.
It does, doesn't it? But we've got no evidence.
People are dying because morphine intended to help servicemen is being used on the street. Now we have guys from our old unit being killed by mobsters. We can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
Gratitude isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
I was interviewed when the robbery took place. I don't have anything further to add.
Jack, we just want information.
Bullshit, Cole. Did you seriously believe that dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
Maybe you should run to the car.
How many more friends of yours are going to get plugged today?
How many of your friends are going to get plugged today?
I don't know.
Next, it's going to be Courtney getting shot.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
Why would they say, oh, come on, princess. There seems to be a lot of running and shooting in this.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
It's no good. We need to get closer. Get in close and steer him off the tar. I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
He doesn't have a point though.
I can't take the shot from here, Cole. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Going too fast.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down.
Oh my god.
It's no good. We need to get closer.
That guy's tires should have been out by now.
Watch it. These guys aren't gonna go quietly.
Open
Run
fire!
past. Why are you tapping that?
First one took a couple more than I thought.
We have to look at damage limitation. We can't allow that strumpet Brent Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term.
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak.
Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor? District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earl, detective, administrative vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war, who has let his beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public. We all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow, and you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
Roy's been a bit sneaky there, don't you reckon, British?
It's trying to bring you down.
Yep. 9 out of 13. Almost go. Let's have a look at this today.
To the pockets.
Post office. Post office. Chinese centre. Chinese centre.
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them. Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
I'm out.
They're taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine, and they're waiting for someone to crack.
Get in close and steer him off the tar. I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps. Get in close and steer him off the tar.
Oh,
Step on it, huh? Just get me a little closer.
Alright.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road.
LAPD, put your hands in the air.
I don't think either because a lot of stuff is happening.
There's a siren for a reason, you know?
Not always. Use one of time there.
Throw down your gun if you like. I'm still gonna ice you.
This one's got your name on it.
Keep moving.
Really getting close with the shotgun.
Weapons on the ground now. They're giving ground. Move up. We gotta tag the rest of them. Push forward.
Empty. That's just what I need.
Princess.
Tell Courtney. Bad luck. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. Good God. Polar Bear Ice Company. They really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it?
Pretty. I don't know, I've had this cough for a couple of days now.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him. Majewski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why did they get wrapped up in this thing?
Can do.
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Meeting place.
This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
There, line them up.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
Keep moving, I'll cover you. On the roof, Cole, nail him.
Move, I gotcha.
Find some cover!
It's empty.
Stay in cover!
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that.
KGPL to Car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
We're just driving to the top station. We're going to call Kenny Sheldon.
He was on the manifest.
He's been in all the King of Thoughts and Arnie.
Oh, look, a new car wash has happened.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap.
No buts. This is more important.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, Detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir?
You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation.
Set Smith Green.
I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
This.
No, fine. Meeting with Kevin and Sheldon, 1649.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
We know about your showdown with Cohen. We found notes on your guys.
Cohen is hitting our old unit. He believes we have the morphine. I told him that we don't have it. And that's the truth. Isn't it, Doc?
I believe Mr. Sheldon. I think he's telling the truth, Detective.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
Do we have any proof to prove that he wasn't involved?
What's Beckett confession say? Tell Courtney bad luck. It was worth a try.
Oh.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Beckett had a message for you before he died. Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
Don't keep him waiting.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures.
She's pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie, can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney, and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Oh, god damn. Why would he go back there?
Mm-mm. What's his name to go?
A motel.
He's just lost his job.
No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, fast as.
Demoted arson.
Press X. I'm wrong.
I think we'll just end it there.
Well, no, we'll press X just in case it goes to something for us to be pulled up, isn't it?
Okay. Ooh. I've already got suspended though.
Okay, everyone, keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today. How'd you like porking that German whore, Phelps? Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps. Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine. Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires. 326 South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, Detective. Now get out of here. Both of you. Get out!
I want to make homicide. You know you
Alright
made it
guys,
if you get that desk.
this is gonna be the end of the stream.
Homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
I'm gonna make her take me to the pictures tonight.
We will be back
Heavens to Betsy!
in the next one. I'm not sure when.
Grown men playing at being boys.
It could be tomorrow, it could be next week.
Well, you can only dream.
But yes guys, that is the end of the LA Noire stream. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that
Peanuts are
subscribe
walking down
button.
the street. One was assaulted.
Also, don't forget to hit that bell, it'll tell you every time that I go live. And if you've enjoyed the stream, don't forget to hit that like button. And hopefully we see you all in the next one, guys. Bye for now. thank you for watching, and see you all later.